What's up, everybody on YouTube? So today we're going to be going through the Priestess of Spiders blog post, How to Make a 10-Room 30-Minute Dungeon in 2022. What's up, everyone who's joining us? So the big point of this is, it's just a series of random tables here that you roll and you can get a short little 10-room dungeon. You're trying to get 3 combat or monster encounters. You're trying to get 2 traps or hazards. There's 1 weird thing for players to interact, experiment with, and there's 1 NPC, and 3 empty rooms. And, let's see. And I'm pretty sure there is a dice mechanic we can use here. Wish I had sound on the music for you guys for TikTok. My YouTube audience is getting some background noise. I think, yeah, everybody can read. And so, let's get this started. So for one of the empty rooms, I guess here, how should we do this? Alright, so we're gonna need 3 combat encounters. We are going to need 2 traps, 1 weird, 1 NPC, and 3 empty spaces. Alright, so for our 3 combat rooms, let's figure this out. Does anyone who's watching want to roll a d6 and give me the results of a d6? Or I can do it. We got 22 random people watching. Alright, for this first one, I have a 2. And this is 1 tough opponent. Let's see, another d6, 6. And that's going to be a group of competent opponents. And lastly, 3, a weak opponent and their guard. So I'm thinking that's going to be like maybe some kind of magic user. Or some kind of important NPC. And we need 2 traps. Let's see, d6, we got a 4, something that will trap the players. And for the second trap, we have a 5, something that will alert the enemies. And then what I'm planning on doing with this, this will probably take a couple of different parts. Today we'll just roll up the outline of the adventure. Tomorrow I'll probably work on some of the maps, and then the third day I'll show you how to lay it out. But the idea is at the end of this, I'll show you how to get a PDF that you can throw on Itch or Drive-Thru RPG or someplace like that. And I will use all free software. I'll use all free public domain art for the whole thing. All the tools that I'll show you will be free, and we'll have a free commercial use license, so you can use them to make money. You don't have to pay anybody anything. So, alright, so we got our 3 combat rooms. We have our 2 trapped rooms. We need a weird. I guess that would be the special. And I will roll a 4. Something that can result in great reward or terrible disaster. So I'm thinking, you know, deck of many things, something along those lines. Hey, what's up, Homebrew City? I think I saw, was it DM Adam earlier? Let's see here. So we have the special. What is the main NPC that's going to be inhabiting this little dungeon? That would be a 4, a rival explorer. Thought you were sending a coin, not a rose. I think I turned off the GIFs. I'm not really sure how any of that works. This is the first time I've been live on TikTok. If you're gonna send me money, $$ duvelmandice. And I think everyone can read. If you're on YouTube, obviously you have more than just this. These 2 on the side. I've also got. I have another screen set up that I can look at the Tome of Adventure Design. Oh, there. Wow. Well, thanks for the little tiny dinosaur. I have no idea what any of that means. So our NPC is a rival explorer. Well, now I got some like viewers and stuff. I don't think I have anybody. Is anybody on YouTube? Absolutely nobody is watching me on YouTube. Perfect. I'm glad I set that all up. Yeah, Homebrew City, sometime I'll have to pick your mind about how this TikTok lives go. I think you're the master of the TikTok lives. Didn't you get invited to the like PC beta testing or whatever? Anyway. Alright, so we have... Oh god. Invite to join. I don't know who this person is. Yeah, right? My TikTok homies have my back. I appreciate you guys. So now that we have a rough outline, let's... If we go over to the Watabo? Does anybody know how you actually pronounce... I believe the main developer is Russian. Oh yeah, Homebrew City. Yeah, if you know, quit playing your little dating sims on your little Steam dating sims on live. Oh, this is not going to work in this little menu. Here we go. And we're just gonna run this a couple times until we get a dungeon that we like. That's got about 10 rooms. That's pretty close. Oh, if you don't know, this is Watabo. Here for all my TikTok homies. WATABOU.itch.io. He's got a bunch of random generators for all kinds of stuff. I'm using the one-page dungeon generator. I've also really like his fantasy city generator. There's a 3D viewer for that. And then I've also used the village generator, which gives you a much more like rural kind of layout. I use this one-page dungeon generator as like a rough draft like idea maker for like my hand-drawn dungeons, because it's really easy. You can just click. You can set in this tag thing different like features that you want, and as fast as you can click these things, and it kind of will generate like little story entries into things, but you can just ignore that. And there's a lot of really good export options as well. Ooh, that one looks pretty good. Let's try this. This guy is our map. Gotta be careful what I open on this desktop. Where did it save that? Yeah, they have a very, these generators have a really cool kind of Dyson logos, cross-hatching, and like a little bit of detail. His little greeblies. It's really cool. There's a lot of, like, I won't get into this, but there's a lot of, if you open up these menus, there's a lot of things you can go in here and tweak and specify. And then when you export, if you use some of these other options, you can import them into like a graphics program, especially this SVG. You can throw that into Inkscape or Adobe Illustrator or Affinity Designer, and you get the like raw data, and you can edit it the way that you want. I also like them because you can get like a rough outline of what you want, and then you can go in and kind of customize, draw little icons or that sort of stuff too. Yeah, well, everybody. So yeah, it's funny. Dyson gets called out for his maps being made in Incarnate. Um, yeah, his style is so also like copied and emulated that there are a ton of different ways you can go and get styles like this. Like I believe during the pandemic, Dyson made a like a brush for Photoshop that automatically drew like some of the cross hatching and stuff, so you could just go in and block out some of the room shapes and get a lot of this kind of style detail together. All right. Anyways, so we've got our map. Basic outline there. I guess we should like flesh out. Yeah, that brush pack. I believe you're right. I believe it is on his Patreon. And if you don't know who we're talking about, if you Dyson Logos, you can just go to his website and get a ton of his maps. He releases a bunch of his older stuff as a free commercial license. Some of the things are, you can't use it to make any money, but you can grab a ton of this stuff for your home games. There's just hundreds. I think he draws 2 or 3 times a week. He live streams, and almost all of that stuff gets thrown online for free. But yeah, if you're just looking to like grab, these are really great if you're doing like a hex crawl and you just need to grab maps really fast to kind of like build the train track in front of your players. As you're playing, this is a good like you know, they're wandering through the wilderness and they come across some kind of a location, and you're like, all right, well, let's take like a 15 minutes, and while everyone else is getting refreshments and that sort of thing, you can kind of throw together a quick little encounter, roll up some random things, sort of like I'm doing here. I never did write down what the NPC was, so let's... Oh, that was a rival explorer, wasn't it? If anybody in the live chats has any input on what any of our entries could be, I'm looking for a combat that's one big tough... Well, we don't really have like a theme. If anybody has like a theme for this little encounter, that would work too. If not, I'll bust out Tome of Adventure Design. That has more random tables than I know what to do with. People on YouTube, this is the book that I'm talking about, Tome of Adventure Design. My TikTok homies, I made some videos earlier in the week about this. It's basically a giant, almost 400-page book of just random tables. So let's see. The dungeon design stuff starts page 135. Some Irresistible Skaven. Yeah, High Gain said, Tome of Adventure Design, it just gives you, like, descriptive words. It doesn't give you any kind of, like, it will tell you things. I think it'll say, like, you know, there might be goblins and some of the classic monster types, but there's no stats of any kind. Verman. Right on, we can do that. Alright, so we've got Verman. English. And yeah, so the Irresistible Skaven is a reference to a campaign that we played in for a while this time last year. Our poor long-suffering GM Joe. So the one tough opponent. Oh, what are the? It's like rat ogres. Is that the? So we got like a vermin brute of some kind. Great value. Rat ogres. Alright, so the group of them is gonna be like a little mini horde. So we got like a mini horde of verminis. I'm envisioning like a group of little, either like the, what is it, the 4th edition minion where they all have 1 hit point and they take 1 hit and they're dead. Some kind of group like that, or like Tucker's Kobold kind of vibes. Is this a sewer since we're going vermin? Yeah, and I think the map that I pulled is kind of sewery looking too, so yeah, that's perfect. you know, go old school naming convention. These are the sewers of the irresistibly attractive vermin. There we go. Plague Shrine sewers of the irresistible vermin. And High Gain Sad, that's the kind of in the Tome of Adventure Design book, the early chapters will give you like the theme, kind of like a name, like we just made right there, and that's very much like what you'll get from those tables. I believe the Desiccated Temple of Loka, my module, that name came from Tome of Adventure Design. And if we're going with a shrine, let's see, the weak opponent and guards. There we go. The guarded NPC Brood Queen. There we are. And this will be the Brood Queen of the vermin. Perfect. All right. So we need 2 traps. Something that will trap characters, something that will alert enemies, some kind of weird thing that will result in great reward or terrible disaster. Phone is getting warm. Oh yeah? What if we don't charge while I'm doing this? I'm trying to do all of these things with an ancient like a Pixel XL. It is just, it cries. I can't, that really cool new like anime filter on TikTok, it won't, it's like 3 frames a second if I try to do those. Alright, something that will trap characters, something that will alert enemies, and then NPC is a rival explorer. Do we have a good traps? 217. So if I go to page 217 of Tome of Adventure Design, to anyone who regularly live streams, especially if you're not doing a game, this is the weirdest. I'm sitting in a room in total silence talking to my phone. I feel crazy. So we got, let's see, these look like D100 tables. Yeah, it's very, it's very disorienting. Does someone want to give me a D100 roll? Yeah, same. Yeah, if I had people to talk to, bounce things off of, yeah, that works way better. At least I have the chat going. Do I have a good recipe for cornbread? Yeah, the one off the package. 49. Let's see here. 49. We are looking at... So 49 was a missile trap. Maybe that's something that will alert. Some of my other options are a forge or anvil with a pin that, like a grenade, holds the trap from functioning unless it's pulled from the socket. Huh. What are some other results for 49 in traps? A gas that burns skin. There we go. That's cooler than a missile trap. A gas that... No. Good recipe for cornbread. I like my cornbread like really dry. My cornbread recipes are almost basically just cornmeal or the cornmeal like mix that's half cornmeal, half flour, water, a little oil, and an egg. That's basically it. And you use it almost more like you would saltine crackers in like soups and chilies and stuff. Some people like it really sweet, where it's almost like a corn like muffin. Not a huge fan of that way. That's a fan of the channel. Must have been a fan of the channel for a long time. Let's see. And fills an area. Reduces and fills. Cool, so we have a gas trap. And then another D100. Let's get a different trap. Hopefully something that will alert enemies. $16. Alright. 16. Ceiling lowers. That'll work. What are some of the other for 16? And that's the one thing with Tome of Adventure Design is very few of the tables are like you have a master table that you roll and then it's a bunch of like subtables that you're looking up. There is a little bit of that, but for the most part they are just giant lists of tables. And let's see if any of the other trap tables look good on a 16. Pit traps, closes and locks. Oh god. Yeah, so we got trap with spikes. No, that's right. We did ceiling lowers. Ceiling lowers. And we're timing this out so that the edibles that I took this morning don't kick in before the live stream. We may have timed that a little off. So. Yeah, okay, so ceiling lowers, and then there's holes that the minion vermin can squeeze through. I like that. Cool. And then if there's like something really strange that can either give a great reward or terrible disaster. Like I said, I'm thinking something kind of along the lines of like a deck of many things, something along those lines. Or any of the details about the rival explorer. Joe, I don't know if you're still around, but if you have any NPCs from that campaign to squeeze in. Let's see. What do we got in this list of stuff here? I think let's see if we got any cool things in the dungeon alphabet. W is for weird, alright? Let me try to make this so you guys can all read it. That's close enough on TikTok. or we'll have to come back to the V is for vermin. That's gonna be a good one for this. Vegetation, weird. Somebody want to give me a D12. And we'll come back to that. There's probably other stuff in here. This is a cool, there's the dungeon alphabet and then there's the monster alphabet. And these use really cool random tables that are kind of categorized alphabetically by theme, sort of. But these are really cool. I use the dungeon alphabet and then the monster alphabet a lot. We got a 7 for the weird. Weird. 7. A set of stairs that ends abruptly at a blank stone wall. We can just throw that in there for fun. That can be one of the... there's like some empty spaces we have to come up with. And that is a... Let's see, going back to Tome of Adventure Design, let's see if we've got anything that jumps out as working for this. Dungeon dressing, miscellaneous usefulness. That might work. 131. Hopefully this is entertaining for anyone who's watching. Who knows? We are trying to figure out. Oh, we can also redo that. Somebody want to give me a D6 on this weird thing, the special, or it could be either one of these. Something that changes the character. Physically impossible, provides a boon. Ooh, we could do number 1. We could do something that turns. Let's do something that turns characters into vermin. Go with the theme that we're running with. If this is a plague shrine. And let's go with... My instant thought is like some kind of cursed fountain, but yeah, that's the main entry of my Desiccated Temple of Loka adventure. We can come back to that. If anyone has any detail ideas about what's going on with this rival explorer. Although now that I'm thinking the special changes, maybe our rival explorer is like partially zombie infected. Because the idea of this one is like this is an NPC specifically for us to interact with. I believe it was like specifically non-combative. So this guy is partially changed. Like maybe some kind of disillusioned cult member. And this is a cool place where I really love the Tome of Adventure Design in the like book 1, the like overall vibes of your mission like, I'm gonna go look up the villain's plan. That's page 27 for anyone following along. Let's see here. And somebody want to give me a D100. We have things like concealment and conversion and desecration and destroy community. If not, I can do the D100, no big deal. There we go, 25. 25 is destroy community. The villain is trying to kill, economically destroy, or otherwise irreparably damage a particular community. Perfect. So these dudes are here to, especially if this is a sewer. Like, this is a sewer under a city, so, you know, that's what the Skaven are here to do. Community. And I think I got, yeah. So I'm looking for a destroy community table. Conversion, desecration. Destroy community. Let's see. I will do a D100. 71. So 71 is sabotage a source of income. I bet you I don't have a subtable for that, though. We will just copy this right out of here. So the villain will have a cunning plan to destroy the market for the community's product. He might plan to poison the product, sabotage its quality, spread rumors about it, etc. Ooh. So I'm thinking we're poisoning the product. I think with the rest of the theme, Plague Shrine, kind of Grandfather Nurgle vibes going on, which I'm totally into. What else? What are the other advice that we get from the 30-minute dungeon? It should have the 3 combat encounters and traps and stuff that we got. Oh, I guess we gotta figure out some empty rooms. We can do that when we do the maps. That works a little bit better. Or we do it right here. Here we go. D6. Let's rock these out. So that's a 6. Something useful. And one more D6 is 4. Something that alerts to special room. Well, I think that's the downward stairs that end abruptly. I think that works here. Because if I found a set of stairs that went down to absolutely nothing, just a solid wall, I'd be pretty sketched out. Hey, we're doing pretty good on time. Probably 3 o'clock is when I'm going to wrap this up. So we've basically got the outlines for this little adventure. And let's go something useful and something that tells the dungeon's history. And that's going to be probably something. something either plague related, which will give us information about its like recent history, or maybe something that's about. Okay, the blog is from Priestess of Spiders, and it's titled "How to Make a 10-Room 30-Minute Dungeon in 2022." I think, yeah. TikTok Live, there we go. And I can drop that in my my card. Let me do my card really quick. So if you're on TikTok, if you go to my profile, there's a link in my profile to my card. It's like my digital business card. I will drop a link to this blog in that. I also have a link to my YouTube for this live stream. Oh, card, why don't you? There we go. Yeah, no worries. And if we add this, we can add to 10 dungeon blog. Perfect. Change my little icon. Oh god, who cares? There you go. So if I publish that, that means that link should be live now. Let's try it out. Hey, yeah, cool, it's live. Yeah, so you can just click on my bio, click on the links in there, and then at the bottom of that page, it'll look like that. Well, hopefully this has been fun for everybody. Like I said, with a combination of this blog post with its little outline for a 10-room dungeon, using some other random tables. If you don't have the Tome of Adventure Design, I recommend a subreddit. If you go to, let's see if I remember what it is. reddit.com/r/behind the screen. Yeah, okay, so it's reddit.com/r/behind the tables. This is a whole subreddit that's nothing but a gigantic list of random tables. Like, here's one that's all, like, mysterious dark magic items. And this, like I said, this subreddit is just full of tons and tons and tons of random tables that you can use instead of Tome of Adventure Design. But if you want to pick up a physical book, oh god, this guy right here is what I would recommend. It is just a huge chunky boy of just the most dense like amount of like world building tables I've ever seen in my whole life. And then, like I said, tomorrow around the same time, I will stream adding this map together and maybe a little bit of some custom map work. I'll load this into, Krita. Or I can also show people how Dungeon Scrawl works. I can quickly throw together a little Dyson Logo style map using the free website Dungeon Scrawl. I use that whenever I play games where somebody has to map. That makes it like really easy to do things. Yeah, and I'll have all this stuff will be on YouTube VODs. Tomorrow will probably be a much more interesting YouTube video to watch. But thanks everybody for coming and hanging out. This has been a lot of fun. Thanks for all the mini dinos that were purchased or whatever. Let's see. Can I turn the camera around? I guess not. Anyway, this has been a lot of fun, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., I will be doing the same thing for the next part.